Hi everyone, this is a video to introduce you to this online course, Geography of Culture and Environment. I'm going to show you around Blackboard and the MG site, Mastering Geography, and talk about a few other things. First, the textbook you should have purchased by now. It is, this is what the hardcover looks like. The Cultural Landscape is the name of it. There's an e-version available, and also you have to purchase access to Mastering Geography, which I will refer to as MG everywhere else, okay, just to shorten it. You can have the hard copy of the textbook, or you can purchase the e-book. It doesn't matter to me, but you need it from the get-go from day one on Monday. Please let me know in the discussion forum in questions for Professor if somebody could start a thread, if letting me know if you don't have your textbook yet. If there are a lot of you, I might need to do something about it, but I'm hoping everybody has it. Okay. All right, so we're using Screencast-O-Matic, which you're to use for your intro video. This is what Screencast-O-Matic looks like, and you download the free Screencast-O-Matic and then you launch it and you record. I'm using both the webcam and the screen right now just to show you around. Okay, so let's go back to Blackboard. This is generally what it looks like when you sign in. I'm going to put it in student mode so it looks like what you see mostly. So the first thing you should do is go to Start Here. Some of you may have done this already. Note that this is an asynchronous course, which means you make your own schedule. You don't have to be attending classes at a particular time or day. Just make sure that you're following directions and adhering to due dates of different assignments. Next, I've listed the course ID for MG. This is the course ID which you will have to put in when you sign into Mastering Geography so that you can access the assignments that I create for you. Okay, this last post on Start Here was posted a few days ago. It was just a reminder to get your textbook and e-access to MG. And a few other things like a link to Screencast-O-Matic if you need it. Okay. All right, next we'll go to syllabus and professor info. Here's the syllabus. You can take a look at that. Make sure you read it thoroughly. And if you have any questions about the syllabus, let me know in the discussion forum. This is some professor information in case you need it. And finally, if you want to take a look at my website, there's more information about me if you want to know. In addition, if you are a full-time student at SUNY Oneonta and you are a major in my department, you can schedule an appointment here. That's just during the regular semesters, not during the summer. But you can explore and see different things that I've done if you're interested. Okay. We don't need that open. Okay, next we're going to go to, let's see. Oh, a lot of things disappeared here. Let me turn my version back on. Eventually you're going to see all 5 weeks listed on Blackboard. I guess because I don't have any content in those areas yet, they're not showing up in your version. But you will have week 1, week 2, week 3, 4, and 5 all listed here, and you can click on these to see what's due that particular week. So let's go to week 1, and I'm going to put it back in student mode. So the first thing you're going to want to do is the introductory assignment and then the introductory quiz. So you go into this folder and you can watch my introductory video. Make sure you do that before you take the quiz. Here are directions for creating and posting your own video. Here is a link to the discussion forum where you'll post your own video, your intro video. That's also where you will comment on other students' videos. And then finally, the introductory quiz. I'm giving you 3 attempts to try to accomplish that 100%. It is based on my intro video, the syllabus, and the video you're watching right now. This quiz is due by the end of the day on Tuesday. You can do it early if you want. The timer is set for 60 minutes. You certainly don't need 60 minutes. I just put it on there in case you leave it open. Okay, and it'll auto submit at the end of 60 minutes. Okay, let's go back to week 1. I also put the course ID for MG here as well, just to make it more handy. The MG assignment for week 1 is currently available. I'll show you the MG site in just a moment. The video you're watching now is posted here. I haven't posted it yet, so it still says will be posted. It's because I haven't created it yet as I'm doing this. Okay. Your reflection assignment for the week, the discussion questions will be posted. They'll be available to you Monday morning on the first day of classes. And finally, your weekly quiz, week 1, quiz 1, will be available starting Thursday at noon, and you need to complete it by Sunday, the end of day on Sunday. Okay? So each week we'll have what you're scheduled to do. If you want to look ahead and see exactly what will be required every single week, I've created this handy dandy schedule with due dates link. First of all, it shows what chapters you'll need to read each week, if you want a quick reference to that. And then you can click on schedule with due dates, and each week is a list of the things you need to accomplish. So this week is pretty heavy because you've got the introductory videos, introductory quiz, that sort of thing. So the first 4 things really are just for week 1. In addition to those intro assignments, you will have to read chapters 1 and 2 in the textbook, then complete the MG assignment by Thursday end of day. You will also participate during the week in the reflection discussion, okay, and that ends Friday morning at 8 a.m. And you'll take the first quiz, which I just showed you is going to be available on Thursday. And I have a different due date here, different time. I need to fix that on the other one. It will be due by 6 p.m. Okay, I need to fix that on the other post. If you ever notice any discrepancies, you can let me know, and I'll tell you the accurate information. I'm sorry about that. But the quiz itself will have a due date on it and a due time on it. That will always be correct. Okay, so week 2, week 3, and week 4 is all very similar. You're reading chapters, completing MG assignments, participating in the reflection discussion, and taking a quiz. So weeks 2, 3, and 4 are all exactly the same except for their different chapters. And then week 5, you're also reading 2 chapters and completing an MG assignment and completing a reflection discussion, but your quiz has a different due date and time because I have to submit final grades. So instead of Sunday, it's due by Saturday morning at 11 a.m. That'll give me enough time to grade and figure out your final grades. Okay, so that is available there for you. You can click on discussion forum to go directly to the discussion forum. Right now there are 2 discussions here. One which is questions for professor, where when you create a new thread, you'll create a thread, and in the subject you're going to be very detailed or specific about the question you'll be asking. And so you might say correct due date on quiz number 1. And then down here you would ask your question. I see 2 different due dates for quiz number 1. One says 6 p.m. and the other says 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Which is correct? So you would post that, submit, and there it is. And see, the full question isn't shown until you click into this, but in the thread subject, in the title, it gives you some specific information so that if you were looking through other people's questions, you would say, oh yeah, I was wondering about the correct due date on quiz number 1 too. Let me click into this and see how Dr. Lascelles answered this question. Okay, so that's what I would like you to do for the questions for Professor. Then the student introductory videos are here as well. You're going to have to post your own video before you can see other people's videos. So you'll have to create your own thread and insert. You put your name here. And then here you would have to insert a link from the video you created by clicking on this. And then you would post your link in here. In this area, it'll show up as yellow box here. That's okay, that's normal. And then you would insert, I'm just going to cancel for now. These directions are posted on Blackboard, so you can look at that in more detail. I'm just trying to be a little more fast here. Announcements are here. Anytime that I make an announcement, or I will also make it an email. So any email you receive is also listed here in announcements. So if you can't find that darn email that I sent out, you can go back and see it here under announcements. And then any handouts I create will be here. Right now there's one handout, some additional guidelines on your reflection posts. So you can click on that and you can see some guidelines for your reflection discussion posts. So you're required to post 6 every week, and I have specific guidelines for that. On the first couple of days, you'll post 2 initial answers to 2 different questions posted by the professor. So you're answering my questions on 2 different questions. And then the next 2 days, you're going to look at what other students have said, and you'll respond to them on 2 other questions, separate questions than you started with. And then the last 2 days, you'll submit 2 more engaging posts where you're going back and forth with students discussing these questions. One of these posts should be on one of your original questions, one of these original questions posted on the first day. Okay? So make sure you're posting and engaging in discussion over the course of 3 different days. Okay, so there's a lot of tips in here. Make sure you read through it. I'm not going to read through them all now. Okay, so that is the basic information on Blackboard. Navigate around, see what you can find. Now let's look really quick at mastering geography. Actually, I think I'm going to make a new video for mastering geography. So I'm going to end here. You can shut off your video.